All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevens. I'm coming at you with some news out of Invicta FC. So Invicta has announced the preliminary lineup for Invicta 46 that's going to go down at Kansas City, Kansas on March 9th. Go to invictafc.com for the press release. It says Invicta Fighting Championships returns to action on Wednesday, March 9th with a flyweight title main event. Mexico's Karina Rodrigiez, 9-4, will make the first defense of her 125-pound belt opposite Brazilian newcomer Ketlen Souza, 11-3. Rodriguez captured gold in the main event of Invicta FC on Access TV, besting Diona Torquato after 5 hard-fought rounds. The veteran has won 3 of her last 4, including wins over UFC alums Deanna Bennett and Mileena. The 26-year-old Souza will make her Invicta debut, riding the momentum of 3 straight victories. Of her 11 career wins, 8 have come via knockout. In the co-main event, the aforementioned Diona Torquato, 10-4, and Mileena 12-8, will meet for a second time in another flyweight matchup. The pair met in the opening round of the second Phoenix tournament, with Brazil's Torquato edging Russia's Dudaeva by split decision after a closely contested bout. Also on the card, UFC veteran and former Invicta strawweight title challenger Danielle Taylor, 11-6, collides with Liz the Titan Tracy, 6-4. Taylor aims to rebound after falling short in her title conquest, while Tracy looks to build on the momentum of her decision win over Jody Escobar at Invicta FC 44. Other bouts include an atomweight matchup between Paulina Firefox Granados and Monique Adriani. Plus, grappling ace Fatima the Archangel Klein takes on a yet-to-be-named opponent at strawweight. Invicta FC 46, Rodriguez versus Souza takes place in Kansas City. It will be overseen by the Kansas Athletic Commission and features open scoring. With the ongoing pandemic, the fights will take place behind closed doors, fans and media. Broadcast information, as well as the remaining fight card details, will be announced in the coming weeks. All right, so far this sounds like an exciting event, and there's recognizable names scattered throughout the card. And I think it looks pretty good so far. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the fights on this card. So first up, we have a strawweight bout that's going to feature Fatima Klein against a yet-to-be-named opponent. Klein herself is 21 years old. She stands 5 feet 6 inches, 168 centimeters tall, with a reach of 67.5 inches, 171 centimeters. She is 1-0 as a professional, and she is coming off a submission win at Invicta on Access TV last May. So she actually has a pretty exciting fighting style from what I can remember. So looking forward to seeing what Fatima Klein brings into her second pro bout. And of course, it'll be interesting to see who they match her up with. Next, we have the atomweight bout featuring Paulina Granados and Monique Adriani, both Invicta veterans now. Looking at the stats here, Firefox coming in 4-4, Adriani coming in at 4-2. Now, Firefox Granados, she needs a win here. She's down 3 straight. Most recently, dropped a bout to Marissa Messer-Valencia in the atomweight Phoenix series. That was 7 months ago. Now, Adriani coming off a loss. She's 4-2. She's coming off a loss to Loma Lookboonmee 2.5 years ago, preceded by a win over Vanessa Santos 2 years, 10 months ago. So she is coming off of a pretty long layoff. So she's looking to get back into win column and shake off the ring rust too. Granados is the elder fighter, 34-30 for Adriani. Adriani slightly taller, 5'3", 160 centimeters to 5'2", 157 centimeters for Granados. And Adriani has a decent reach advantage, 65 inches, 165 centimeters to 62 inches, 157 centimeters for Granados. Should be a fun little atomweight bout. I've never seen Granados in a boring fight, and Adriani is a pretty well-rounded fighter too. So it should make for a fun one. I'm not going to go into like super breakdown mode for these fights, mainly just want to cover each one a little bit here. So next up, we move to a strawweight bout. Danielle Taylor taking on Liz Tracy. Of course, Taylor coming off of a failed title bid. And Tracy picked up her first win in quite a while in her last bout. So each of these ladies coming from different places in their last bout. So Dynamite Danielle is 11-6 as a pro. The Titan Liz Tracy coming in at 6-4. Danielle, as I said, coming off. Unfortunately for her, she fell victim to the knockout of the year last year when she got a right cross and then a head kick from Emily Ducote. Before that, she had a win over Jessica Aguilar at XFC. Liz Tracy coming off of a win over Joda Escobar via split decision 4 months ago, but before that, she was on a 3-fight losing streak. So she just came off a losing streak and wants to keep the momentum going. Liz is 1 year the elder, 33-32. She is a little bit taller as well, 5'2", 157 centimeters to 5 foot even, 152 centimeters for Taylor. They have an identical reach, however, 64 inches, 163 centimeters. Both of these ladies prefer to stand and trade, so it should be a nice little stand-up battle here. I do wonder, though, I believe that was the first time Danielle Taylor's ever been finished, and it was an absolutely devastating knockout. So you can't help but wonder, how will she react coming in here? Will she be afraid to exchange? Lord knows, I hope not. I'd like to see Danielle be more willing to trade. Nobody wants to see the return of UFC Danielle Taylor, where all she did was circle around the entire fight. Tracy, like I said, she's coming off of a win after a 3-fight losing streak. So I expect her to want to come forward and keep that momentum going, because you're at 33 years old. You don't want to return to a losing streak. Then we have a flyweight bout featuring Diona Torquato and Mileena Dudaeva. Torquato just recently fought for the flyweight title last year. Dudaeva, UFC veteran. So this should make for a good one. And they had a very close fight when they last faced each other. Torquato coming in at 10-4. Dudaeva coming in at 12-8. So Dudaeva more experienced, but less polished record. Torquato, of course, coming off the loss to Karina Rodrigiez 8 months ago for the vacant title. Before that, had a win over Sarah Frodo. Whereas Dudaeva is coming off the split decision loss to Torquato. That was over 2 years ago. Before that, lost a split decision to Karina Rodrigiez. Let's see, Dudaeva, 1 year older, 32-31. They are the same height, 5 feet 5 inches. Now 166 centimeters for Dudaeva, 165 for Torquato. It's negligible. Torquato, though, must have some really long arms. 65.7 inch, 167 centimeter reach to Dudaeva's 61.5 inch, 156 centimeter reach. I got to go back and watch their first fight, but it was a split decision, so it must have been pretty close. Then again, if it was at the what do you call it? The Phoenix tournament, it was only 1 round. But Dudaeva, she has some decent skills. She's one of those fighters just hasn't been able to put everything together. Seems like she was going to do better when she came down to flyweight, and then kind of hasn't fought for a while either. Had a kid during that layoff. Torquato hasn't fought since in almost a year, so she's going to have a little bit of ring rust too. But should make for an interesting bout. Don't know what that was about. So, yeah, should make for a fun one. Then we have the main event flyweight championship. Karina Rodrigiez taking on Ketlen Souza. Souza's a newcomer to Invicta, but she's fought all over Brazil from looking at her record. So, and she has some knockout wins. So this should be a stand-up banger. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Rodriguez coming in at 9-4. Esquentadilla coming in at 11-3. So it's pretty similar records. Rodriguez coming in off of the decision win for the title 8 months ago over Diona Torquato. Before that, had a loss to Vanessa Porto via decision that was very contentious. Before that was riding 2 wins over that. Souza riding a 3-fight winning streak. A KO 8 months ago, a KO 7 months ago, and then a decision 5 months ago in SFT in Brazil. Youth favors Souza 26-36 for Rodriguez. However, Rodriguez has the height advantage, 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters to only 5'3", 161 centimeters for Esquentadilla. Souza, no reach available for Souza. Rodriguez has a reach listed of 67 inches, 170 centimeters. So I haven't gotten a chance to watch any footage of Souza, but she seems like a heavy-handed striker going by her record, unless they were all on the, most of these were on the ground. She has a couple of recognizable names on her record. That Giselle Mojado win was pretty good. Has a loss to Ariane Carnelosi, though, who is now in the UFC at strawweight. Ate a body kick and got finished in the 3rd round of that fight. That was back in 2019. But for the most part, her record looks very typical Brazilian can-crushing style. But we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, that Giselle Mojado win is pretty darn good, even though Mojado is 41 years old. And that was her last fight back in August. Rodriguez, she's from the Lobo Gym in Mexico. You know, teammate of Alexa Grasso, Irene Aldana. So you know what kind of fight she brings into the battle. She's going to bring in some really crisp boxing, really like classical style, technical boxing. So this should be a good one, and it's good to see Rodriguez back in the cage again. So very much looking forward to this one. So there you have it. That is the card so far for Invicta FC 46. Like I mentioned earlier, this goes down on March 9th in Kansas City, Kansas. They haven't decided how it's going to air yet. Of course, I'll be updating as the card gets updated as well. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts on this preliminary card in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a like. Share it as well. Spread the news. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.